Hi guys, today we are in Dubai because today is STEP conference. This is one of the biggest tech events and it is super focused on supporting early stage startups. UAE, it is super popular in terms of fundraising, and during the last year, people raised here around $2 and $4 billion. My name is Genia. I'm Investor Relations Manager. That means that I'm raising capital for tech startups. So we're going to STEP. Sitting at Hub 71 stand. Hub 71 is the biggest accelerator in United Arab Emirates and it attracts really very good talent. So I think it would be a very good idea to ask some of the people who are in this batch, in the current batch of Hub 71, how's it going and how accelerator works, how it actually helps with fundraising, and if the startups are developing artificial intelligence technology. Let's go. So tell me please about your product.
Sure. Hey, I'm Ralph. I'm founder and CEO of Digital for the AI. So basically what we're doing is we're building marketing strategies in just 3 minutes using AI. And the way it works is just you provide me your website address, and based just on your website, in 3 minutes I can build your first marketing campaign really quickly.
So I've heard that you're a part of Hub 71 cohort, right?
Yeah.
And do you think that they are going to provide funding, or you rely more on the partnership networking? So
Sure.
How does it work for you?
I think that when I came here today, I already have some familiar faces, and that's a change. Of course, they help us in fundraising. By the way, in December we closed our seed round. So yeah, definitely they expand my network, and this is why I'm here.
Yes, and definitely they provided you the booth here, right?
Yes, exactly. They sponsored my booth, so I think that's already a bonus.
Yeah. Can you tell me about the data? How do you work with data? How do you process them?
Sure.
Maybe something about the technology and how do you secure the data?
Sure, great question. So basically, in our philosophy, we think that every business can be characterized in a limited set of parameters, which basically means that every business has value proposition, budgets, channels, markets, teams. So basically what we're doing first, we're trying to understand the profile of businesses, and we use business canvases to structure business data in here. And then we use this data, and from those parameters we build marketing assets using the data that we found in companies. Security is really important for us in our product as well. Right now we're going into secure, more let's say enterprise direction, meaning that you're not going to send data to third-party companies like ChatGPT or Midjourney, and everything will be hosted in our, let's say, ecosystem.
So my last question actually about your career and how did you get to AI industry and why
Sure.
you decided that it is interesting for you?
Okay. So previously I was a creative director in a marketing agency in Krakow. So I did everything manually, building ideas, like selling strategies for businesses, but everything was starting from scratch. So there was a moment when the technology was starting to accelerate, and when the AI came in, I said, okay, marketing has to be automated, and this is why I created this company.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you please tell me how Microsoft supports digital transformation in the region?
So Microsoft in the UAE actually has a partnership with the Abu Dhabi Investment Office, and through that program we have several different initiatives. So through that we enable startups get on Azure as their cloud platform. We support them in getting customers and getting potentially investors. We introduce them to investors. On a global scale, Microsoft has a program called Founders Hub, and that gives you a lot of different benefits, but I think the top one is probably the Azure credits. There's $150,000 worth of Azure credits that are given through that program, and lots of other Microsoft products and third-party benefits that you get through the program. And so there's a lot going on at Microsoft with this space.
Do you know something about programs for women in Microsoft? Microsoft supports diversity?
So I think I can't speak on behalf of all of Microsoft, but Microsoft in the UAE and our team, our startup team specifically, we're all women. So I love that. We're a team of 3 women working on the programs right now. And I think we always try to be inclusive. We try to not only support women, but also support startups that are working with maybe underserved communities or communities from the global south. And we've done that whenever we're sourcing startups for our programs. And we try to incorporate that in our ethos.
Can I also ask you, what is your role in Microsoft and how did you start your career in Microsoft?
So in the past, I was actually a journalist and I was in media, and I was going to a lot of events, and I just loved the startup space. I loved being a part of it. And so I actually started working at the STEP conference where we are today. And then I left the media world. I worked at a startup, and I was really interested in the space and continued to grow until I got to Microsoft. So it's a little bit of a journey, but I love being here. Oops. Well, I think I was like going downhill with my answer anyway, so.
So my first question is about AI startups. Do you actually have AI startups in cohort of Techstars?
Yes, pretty significantly. I think at Techstars we do invest a lot in AI-enabled companies. And I think for the vast majority of companies too that we're looking at has an AI component. So I think for founders who are seeking for opportunities in AI, the secret is really look for exclusive set of data sets that you can get your hands on, and then build an AI solution around that so they can take advantage of disrupting an industry, as I've just explained.
Tell me a little bit more about fundraising process. Do you help startups to raise capital after the cohort and during the program?
At the program at Texas, we generally say fundraising starts at the end of the 12 weeks program, because we want to really work hard with the founders to solve a lot of these challenges they might be facing. When it comes to fundraising, frankly, it's a lifelong journey. It's not an event that stops in one day or starts in one day. It's going to take many months, with multiple rounds of fundraising. And Texas is always there as a partner, supporting these founders through opening up our global network, making introductions, prepping those companies in terms of pitches, prepping those companies in terms of talking through the data room, whether we've got the right substance to support that. And so post-program, we're very active in helping companies, helping founders, fundraise.
Tell me please about your career, how it developed, and why are you in UAE right now?
Interesting. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 plus years. I've been involved in 7 different industries. I did start one of my VC firms back in 1999. That's a long time ago. And I exited that business through a buyout from a corporate LP. But what really I was seeking for is really to bring my 3 decades of experience, and how can I channel that wisdom and insights into helping other entrepreneurs succeed. And so, and I was particularly interested in emerging markets, and I found that Dubai was a really good destination for me to shift from Washington DC to here, and I think this is, to my surprise in a big way, it's becoming a global hub, attracting a lot of people, whether it's founders, family offices, VCs, and will continue to do so in decades to come.
As I already mentioned, you really inspired me to organize my community of women investors and founders with kind of VC. And I know that in Techstars you also support women, so can you tell me a little bit more about the program?
Yeah, so I think gender diversity has been a hot topic for many years. We have noticed that female entrepreneurs, particularly in tech, is somewhat lacking. I think globally the statistics is about 2%. And we felt compelled at Xasis to do something about it. And so we've launched several initiatives around the world to focus and help female entrepreneurs to get a faster path to success through our programs. What's interesting is that the number of women entrepreneurs within our cohorts that we see around the world has significantly increased to close to about 20% today. In my most recent class that I ran here in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, 50% of the CEOs are female-led companies, which is pretty significant. And what's even more interesting is that I see emerging countries, emerging markets, such as the geography around Middle East, North Africa, seem to have a lot more female entrepreneurs participating in tech than other mature regions around the world. And so that's been very encouraging. And I think that trend is on a strong momentum, though there's a lot to be said about more to be done, more work to be done to encourage female entrepreneurs to be coming into the tech scene.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Do we have a meeting? You didn't put June on?
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
So I learned that Silicon Oasis, by the way, my company is registered in this free zone. Can you tell me a little bit more about this free zone in general, and why do you partner with it?
Well, Dubai Silicon Oasis is one of the leading free zones or economic zones here in Dubai. Comprised an area of, I think, 7 square kilometers, 90,000 inhabitants, 30,000 companies, and especially it's a place for innovation and knowledge and entrepreneurship, and that's the reason why we partner with them.
Also, can you tell me a little bit more about free zones? Because I'm absolutely sure that this video will see a lot of people from all over the world, but maybe some of them just don't know what is like free zone in Dubai.
Well, I'm not an expert myself. Yeah, it's a concept that I had to understand as well. Like coming in from Europe, I learned that there's 44 different tax-free zones, I think, in Dubai alone, touching different topics, but often also overlapping. In the end, comes really down to the community you might find there. So you might find tax-free zones with, for example, in my case, a lot of German companies, and maybe it's important to you to have a German community around you. You have like tax-free zones that are topic-specific around health, for example. So if you run a health company, it might be good for you to set up shop there. But also, then again, like tax-free zones like Dubai Silicon Oasis with like a general approach can also be amazing because you just have like such a broad combination of people, of companies, of really like an ecosystem that you can work on.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how companies get funding, or I don't know, maybe Silicon Oasis helps with business development or something like that?
So from what I experienced, Dubai Silicon Oasis is a perfect partner if you want to set up shop in Dubai, because they support you all the way, like regarding the legal aspects, finding the right partners for tax, help you hire, find customers. So it's really a community that helps each other, and I think that's what Dubai Silicon Oasis is also very proud of.
What actually makes Dubai so interesting to AI startups nowadays?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, obviously for all companies, it's making business, growing your company. That's first priority. But funny enough, we also see a lot of like early stage startups in Europe being very interested in the market here, because Dubai runs several like different sandboxing approaches, meaning where you need years and years of regulation in Germany or Europe. You can just come here, test your technology very quickly, and afterwards you're going to sit down together with the government and discuss, okay, what regulations would need to be made so your technology can function here. And that particularly accounts for AI. And I mean, we all know Dubai has been one of the leading countries, I think, since 2017. They even have like a minister of AI. So that's really a big topic here. And I've seen a lot of AI companies come into the market and set up shop because of that reason.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Can you please tell me about you and your career path? Like, how did you end up being an entrepreneur?
Of course, Genia, thank you so much. So my name is Miriam Janke. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sensit. My career started quite young. At the age of 14, I was like website programming, was like selling websites to my friends. So then, of course, I have also an educational background in business and artificial intelligence, I would say. But since a very young age, I was being entrepreneurial because of my family background, but also because I love adventure, and I'm always like finding adventure and also innovation and creativity in building businesses. So this is what I did.
So can you tell me a little bit more about your company?
So the company Sensit is a haptics technology company. So we are the company who make you feel. So everything what a human is hearing right now, we turn it into Sensit and tangible vibrations.
So I've heard that you're using AI technology, and obviously this is a buzzword, everyone is talking about that, but can you go deeper into technology and tell everyone what is it like in your company?
So the AI itself, it's actually, I can't talk a little, so much about it, but of course, algorithm is the IP, what we're having, because we developed a standard to send information from A to the haptic hardware. And so this is kind of the firmware which we are putting on our chip. This is the first one. And the second one is we created a software solution on site where companies can create haptic patterns automatically without any knowledge. And then the algorithm, you can upload a video and it creates, or a movie or an audio, and it creates haptic pattern itself. And this is kind of the algorithm, making everything more efficient, making everything faster. And we believe definitely AI is the future.
How it feels to be a female entrepreneur. Have you ever had difficulties in fundraising or in business development?
So I wouldn't say that for females it's harder to get VC, for example. I think it's always depends on the same personality. Are you confident enough to pitch a solution? Do you have a great network? Because it's all about networking. It's all about the value of your network as a big asset, right? So I feel great as female entrepreneur, and I want to motivate also female or potential female entrepreneurs out there to really start the company, because it's a really great journey and you learn so much, and it's the best decision of my life being entrepreneurial.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What I also wanted to talk about is definitely Sam Altman, OpenAI, and his product ChatGPT, which you are very well aware of. You obviously know about the scandal where Sam was kicked out of his own company, and then during just one weekend he was invited as a everything AI role in Microsoft by Satya himself, and then he definitely came back to ChatGPT to build ChatGPT in OpenAI, because board members of OpenAI kicked out 2 women from board directors and invited him back. But what I also wanted to talk about is that recently I've learned in Bloomberg that Sam flied here in UAE to talk to UAE government, and right now he wants to make UAE the playground for OpenAI. And this is honestly very concerning. So I really want to know your opinion about that, what you think, and any guesses of what it actually means for UAE citizens and for all the world if Sam will build a playground for OpenAI here in UAE. Please comment under this video.